Today's frightening bear attack takes us to the North Fork of the Shoshone River. The North Fork flows through the Shoshone National Forest, which is actually the first national forest in the United States of America. Teddy Roosevelt described it as the most scenic 52 miles in America. In 1962, archaeologists found the mummified remains of a male in a cave along the river. Carbon dating fixed the age of the remains at over 7,000 years. The North Fork tour follows the highway between the east gate of Yellowstone National Park and Cody, paralleling the North Fork of the Shoshone River. In addition to wildflowers, this area offers fantastic wildlife watching. Late fall, winter, and early spring are the best times to observe deer, bighorn sheep, elk, and moose that roam the communities along the North Fork. This is grizzly country. In early summer, grizzlies may be observed from the road in small, grassy openings near dense forest cover at the Buffalo Bill Reservoir. Located a short distance west of Cody, white pelicans, migratory waterfowl, and shorebirds are often observed. Visitors are instructed to observe grizzlies from a distance and do not attempt to stalk a grizzly or approach closely. Tev Kelly and a close acquaintance were out elk hunting. The trip consisted of them getting at least one kill. By the end of the day, both men were equipped with high-powered rifles, and Tev Kelly carried a .45 caliber handgun on his waist. It was approximately 3 p.m. when the duo made it to the North Fork. They exited their vehicle and set out on a 5-mile hike so that they could get as close as possible to potential targets. The hunting trip was going really well. The guys had finally made it to the desired location and set up shop. Even though the men had spotted many healthy elk in the area, they decided to wait because they wanted to find a nice group of elks to ensure that both of them get a shot on at least one each. At around 4 p.m. the men decided that it was time to have a bite to eat. As they ate, the animals in the area carried on with their roaming, and the sun began to set. The scenery was beautiful. Little did the acquaintances know, about 20 feet away lurked a 700-pound grizzly in search of a meal. It had been in the area a few hours prior to the hunter's arrival. It seemed to smell the ham in each of the well-made sandwiches and trotted closer every cent of the way. The two men had no idea of what was about to happen next. As the enormous grizzly got within about 11 feet, Tev noticed it out of the corner of his eye and immediately let his partner know that there might be danger near. They both loaded a round and prepared. While doing this, Tev took his eyes off the bear's location for a few seconds, and it was gone. The two men then began to panic. They were puzzled as to how something so big could vanish in thin air like that, without making not a sound. They began slowly backing up for about 10 seconds, until the massive grizzly bear stormed out of a nearby brush at amazing speeds. First it went after Tev's partner, instantly slamming into him. After being knocked unconscious, Tev began to think really hard on how to help. As the bear proceeded to maul his partner, Tev aimed his rifle and tried to fire a round into the bear's head but missed. Now the attention was focused on him. Tev immediately loaded another round into the gun's chamber and fired again as the bear charged at him from just 5 feet away. The bullet hit the bear in its skull and fractured it on impact. The bear fell to the ground right in front of Tev, who was in shock at the moment. Tev then reloaded and placed another shot in the bear's skull to make sure that it was deceased. After doing this, Tev ran over to his partner to try and wake him up. After a few hard pushes and pulls, he was awakened. Tev's partner instantly started to run, but Tev screamed, "Hey, the bear is dead, my friend," with a grin on his face as his partner turned around and seen him standing by the now deceased grizzly. The two then gathered all of their belongings and began to walk the few miles back to their vehicle. Once they made it back, they notified the authorities, who advised them to leave the area as soon as possible, and that they would meet them to discuss further details. In the meeting, authorities asked if Tev's partner needed medical attention after hearing the story. He declined, telling them there was no need because he felt fine. The attack was predatory, and no call to action was put in play for the now deceased grizzly bear. With this bear attack in mind, I have a few questions for you. Why do you think the bear attacked the pair of hunters? If you were Tev's partner, would you have declined the offer for medical attention? And would you hunt in this lucrative area again? After this type of attack happened to you and a partner, please leave your answers in the comment section down below, and we will be glad to view them there. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also turn on post notifications so that you never miss out on more frightening attacks. Thanks for watching, and remember to always be careful when out in bear country.